Hey everyone, welcome to the Spiritual View. It is Thursday, the 5th of June, and we are so delighted to welcome all of you to the channel. And we are especially delighted this evening to have Morgan. And Morgan is one of our guest readers, and she is part of the Certified Readers Program, and she was in one of the cohorts from Soulful Revolution. So we've all been together and have learned together in this master certification class. So Morgan, welcome. And we are going to ask you to look back at yesterday on Wednesday's video, because Morgan did Wild Wednesday. And so you can watch her video, and we would love that support of the channel. So as you're coming on board this evening, if you do want a reading, a card pulled, please put a heart in the chat so that we can get to you this evening. And then just a couple of announcements also. We will be having the full moon in Sagittarius full moon ritual next Tuesday, June the 11th, and that will be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's going to be earlier because I think the full moon is kind of in the middle of the morning or the night.
Yeah, it is. And so probably for the West Coast, it would be almost the day before. So we're going to probably try and hit it about 9 or 10 hours right after it happens. The exact.
Yeah. And so that, if you can mark your calendars, we'll be sending out more information regarding that. And again, a lot to talk about today. We've got Venus in Taurus, actually, that happened today on June the 5th. We also have Mercury sextiling Mars and also squaring the North and South node in Pisces. So we're going to start off with a clearing, but we're going to talk about the astrology and the energy and how best to navigate for the coming days ahead. So again, welcome, and let's get started. So I'd like to ask everyone just to relax in your chair. We're going to slow it down. It's almost the weekend. So if everyone could just take a moment to close their eyes, and we're going to take a nice deep cleansing breath in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Let's do this again. In through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And as you relax and continue to take some nice deep breaths, just slow it down. Settle into your body. Notice where you have tension. Let that tension go. Let any stress, anxiety, worry, just let it go. And tonight, we are going to imagine that we are in our comfy chair with a cup of steaming hot chocolate. And we have this really warm blanket, and it has hearts on it. And it's wrapped around us. And we are just basking in this beautiful energy of safety and love, warmth. We've got our eyes closed. Our body is just so relaxed. You almost feel sleepy. You're just getting so relaxed. And the smell of the hot chocolate under your nose is so inviting. And in the room where you are, there's actually a fireplace. And it crackles and pops as the logs are burning. And you can feel the heat from the fire. Because where you are, it's nighttime and it's a little chilly. And as you bask in this warmth, you're surrounded by this beautiful blanket of love with hearts on it. Just imagine that we are gently being cleansed from this beautiful light from the divine, gently coming down through our crown. And we're going to give it some swirly pink color tonight. pink hearts just swirling all the way down through our chakras, just bathing us in this light of love, all the way down through the chakras and working its way down through our feet and connecting us down with Mother Gaia. And we are just surrounded in this wonderful security of love, of high vibrational energy. You may have images of people that you love or your pets. Just visualize something or someone that you hold very dear. And as we allow this beautiful light to come back up through our energetic bodies, we are reminded that we are loved, that we are divine, and we're protected. Per usual, Archangel Michael is around each of us, putting a cone of protected light to guard us, to guide us, to help us stand in our truth. And we are surrounded by our guides and ancestors who want us to know we are divinely loved. Our angels and archangels are with us always. Just sit for a moment in this beautiful, warm energy with your hot chocolate, with the fire, and expressing joy for whoever or whomever or whatever you have thought of that brings you this feeling of love and joy. Take one last deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. All right. If you'll open your eyes, we are ready to get going. Thank you. And I'll turn it over to Dawn.
Hi. Well, the astrology of today is really interesting because we do have Venus entering Taurus. That will be actually later on tonight. I think it's like 11:30 my time. So it's happening, and we should, we're starting to feel that energy because you do kind of get that, just before it enters in. The other things that are happening right now is Mercury. Mercury is in Gemini, its home sign. And it's sextiling Mars, actually sextiled Mars about an hour ago. And Mars is currently in Leo. So that's very out front. What ideas could you have had that Mercury is going to be giving voice to? It's a sextile, so it's not a square like it would be angry energy, but it is something that can get you motivated. Like, what is an idea that I have? Because we had this new moon in Gemini that was about thinking differently. We will have the Sagittarius full moon on the 11th. And I think when I looked it up, it said 3:40 a.m. Eastern time. I just looked it up. It's called the strawberry. It's known as the strawberry full moon. It's at Sagittarius. And that's going to be very much about where your imagination can take you. Sagittarius is a very positive feeling energy. And it is going to be in a square. The sun and the moon are both going to be squaring the nodes. And one of the things that's happening today is Mercury is squaring the nodes. So one of the things that our question was going to be is today is, what does it mean to love myself in action and not just in words? With this energy of Mercury, the new way of thinking in Gemini, squaring the nodes, the north and south node, that's the energy of Virgo, taking care of yourself. What do you need to give up that will give you better care? Your body and your spirit. We're both of those things, body and spirit. So how can I find new ways to love myself? What can I do for my own benefit? What lights me up as well? Because this is Gemini. This is Mercury in Gemini, loving a new story, loving to deep dive into things. And some of this energy that we'll be having, Jupiter is going to be moving into Cancer on the 9th. So we're looking a little bit at next week. But right before it does that, Mercury and Jupiter meet up at 29 degrees of Gemini, where Mercury still is the ruler. So that's what big thoughts, what big plans. And then Mercury moves into Cancer, and then later on that same day, and then Jupiter moves in. So it's like big idea, and then putting it in with the benefit of that Jupiter energy going into Cancer, which will be affecting the collective, but on our own level, take a look at your own charts as to how that's going to be affecting you. The collective has its own issues and lessons to learn. I feel because talking about the astrology ahead of time, we are surfing that energy, and intention is everything. Just like when you're doing intention, when you're doing tarot, intention is everything. When you're looking at setting new intentions at new moons, what you're releasing at the full moon. So intentions really are the magic of what is going on in the world right now, because we can control so much of what our energy is just by that, looking at things from a different perspective, standing back from fear, anger, all of those things, and just going, okay, I'm just going to observe this, because some of the things that are going to come out are going to be not necessarily true. That's going to be big news, Mercury, big news, right? And Jupiter, big news. But your intention can be, I want my big idea to come through. I want my angels and guides. Ask for your angels and guides to help you with that as we're getting into that energy. So one of the things that'll happen before we do the full moon ceremony is we get to have Jupiter in Cancer, who's going to be the ruler of the Sagittarius full moon. Yay! So what can you see highlighted in your world that's coming up? So those are the energies that I want you to think about for this, from this time and into next week, because there's a lot that you can do with those energies, and setting your intentions for the more positive things are what is really going to benefit you. So does anybody have any questions or anything with that today? No? Okay. Well, I think we'll go ahead and go on. And again, I'm going to let you know what the question is, and then we'll move on to Wendy. What does it mean to love myself in action, not just in words? Go ahead, Wendy.
All right. So I pulled a card from the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. Okay. And so what does it mean to love myself in action, not just in words? I got goblins. And goblins are born when you're wounded and something essential is lost in that experience. So from that point on, as you forget your wholeness, they remain with you in the shadows. There they remind you of what brought them into being by mimicking your own voice, tricking you into believing that you're unworthy, victimized, or unlovable. They hold you hostage through low self-worth, self-sabotage, and the feeling that you're lacking what you need. If goblins pay you a visit, know that they represent the shadow of your own self or someone else's, and that they're leading you into a potentially reactive situation. A goblin's card's appearance is an opportunity for growth, however, and a signal that you must love yourself. No human is without flaws. The goblin's message is that you must release resentments and negative self-talk. Within you is the spark of the divine. Ask spirit to help heal you. Miracles can and do happen. Let go of the negativity. So if you can see, this is actually a 5 card. So I'm thinking this is about changing the way that you speak to yourself, having a positive self-talk instead of negative, setting healthy boundaries for yourself, self-care. How are you treating yourself, right? So if you are falling into that, these patterns, which is really easy to do, of, getting after yourself or putting yourself down, or, having these kind of negative things, remember your words have power, and your brain believes what you tell it. So if you are giving yourself this, negative talk about yourself and your future and where you see yourself, your brain and the energy that you're putting out and the energy you're attracting back is going to support what you're saying. So that is why, like John is saying, that your intention is very important, because you want to say these positive things with purpose, the things that you want to manifest with purpose, because then that raises your vibe. So you're going to be attracting those things. Your brain is going to want to support what you are saying about yourself. So it will also help you in creating that new reality, right? And so you really need to change how you are thinking about yourself and your goals and where you want to be, and also how you are treating yourself. Because I'd be willing to bet, even though a lot of us, myself included, know it's really important to have self-care and take care of yourself, it's really hard to actually follow through and make the time and do it. So it's really important to make sure that you are adding that to your intent and taking care of yourself, so that you can be in the best position to be moving forward in a positive way. Okay. Hope that resonates, and we're on to Suri.
Okay, thank you, Wendy. And I'm going to follow on Wendy's message, because my card is similar, and this is from the Kuan Yin Oracle deck. And the card this evening that I pulled is called the Princess of the Autumn Harvest. It's a 22, a master number, which is around kind of setting the foundation and being a master builder of your own destiny. And so this card, I'm going to read it to you. It says, the Princess of the Autumn Harvest brings gifts of beauty and blessings for efforts and actions of the past. It is a time when the fruit of our labors is ripe for the picking. A beautiful blessing is on its way to you now. This may come in the form of a spiritual gift, an opportunity, a windfall of abundance, a significant relationship, or an important friendship, and more. With gratitude in your heart, you will recognize the blessing when it comes to you, and it will serve you perfectly. Be open to receive it, knowing that it is justly deserved. And it's a very beautiful card. And I think, to follow on what Wendy said, sometimes when we have blessings that come in front of us, we don't think that we're actually worthy of it. So oftentimes Wendy, you said last week, the imposter syndrome. You go, oh, this can't be happening to me because I'm not worthy. And the universe is actually trying to bring what you desire. So if you've been manifesting and putting out your affirmations and positive intentions, when it shows up, don't reject it. And we are all probably guilty of that, especially if you are a giver first versus being a receiver. So someone needs to hear a message this evening that it's okay to receive. It's okay to get big, beautiful, bold blessings that you've wanted to manifest. And so when it shows up, smile with it and smile at it and say, I received this gift because I am worthy and I deserve this. And so I think it's a beautiful message that abundance, relationships, happiness, all of this is coming to us. And Kuan Yin is saying, get ready. It's coming to you. And what do you do when it shows up? That's the challenge. All right. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dawn.
Hello. Okay. So I'm reading from the Oracle of the Seven Energies. And the card that came out, number 5, about change. And this is body and soul, which is very much that Virgo and Pisces energy. So I think that, let me give you some of the messages, because the very first one is, extreme self-care is called for when you receive this card. Okay. So that tells us that we're not following up with what is important to our own personal health. And I will say that with Venus entering Taurus, she is going to be in a trine with the South Node and what is going on in Virgo. So this is really Venus saying, okay, High Priestess, what are you going to do to take care of yourself? You are a soul that manifests through a body. So it's very important. And the other message that I had coming through as I was looking at the book was, we have so much solar energy going on and people having so many symptoms because of all this energy of so the solar winds and the volcanoes are going off and there's earthquakes, and we're very connected to Gaia. This is where we live. So that can be affecting people. I know very, very many empaths who have been just a little bit on the cold side. They're having things come up for them that they haven't been feeling their best. And it is super important now to do that self-care for everyone. And again, I think Venus is going to be talking to us about that. Anything that you have in any of the earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. And she's going to be trining all of those. So this is an opportunity for you. She'll be in Taurus through July 4th. So now is the time to get into that habit. You have a whole month to start really appreciating yourself. She's also about the best. Venus in Taurus is about the best. So when you are taking care of yourself, know that you're worth the best food, the best. I keep thinking that also the meditation and the connecting with the earth. I'm getting that as a very strong vibe for everybody too, that we have to have this Venus-Taurus connection with planting things. So with that, self-care. And we'll go on to Jen.
Okay, so I have used the Love Who You Are deck. And so the question is, what does it mean to love myself in action and not just words? And I love the card that came out because we have Wear Your Party Hat. So life is too short. Buy the shoes, eat the cookie, take the vacation, risk the adventure, paint your living room purple, wear your party hat. Don't be afraid of what people will think. They aren't living your life. You get to decide what your brave looks like, what your fun and fabulous and free looks like. You're being asked right now to disregard the attention and approval of others and go for it. Even if it feels ridiculous or over the top, you get to be as extra as you want to be. Your life is an occasion. Rise to it. I'm laughing because I just kind of took this way too serious myself a long time ago. So okay, one, the message I get is live life while you have it to live. And some of you may know and some of you might not that I had a massive bilateral pulmonary embolism 10 years ago that caused me to completely stop breathing. And so, yeah, I died for an unknown amount of time. That changed the way that I lived my life from that point forward. And so, I do silly things wear this kind of jewelry, even with a t-shirt. I don't care because it makes me happy. I'll wear these things in my hair. I'll dye my hair bright red because it makes me feel really good about myself. And so how can you love yourself in action? It's just what feels good to you. Just really take that and don't care what other people have to say about it. And I get compliments literally every time I go out just for being just me. And I mean, I feel that's the best compliments I can even get is when people compliment me on the things that is no, that's me. That's just my personality shining through. So that's what I think that we should all be trying to do right now is just live your life to the fullest while you still have it to live. All right. So now then we're going to Morgan.
Hello, everybody. So the card that I pulled was Ask for Help. And this card is from the Oracle of Fairies. And it says here, ask for help. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone. And the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. There are times in our lives when we need celestial assistance. And that time, maybe now. Angels are omnipresent, non-denominational beings who can be called upon for help by anyone at any time for any kind of assistance, from clearing congested traffic to fast healing after a medical procedure. Perhaps you're very independent and feel that you can sort out everything and anything on your own without help. Fairies, too, are generally self-sufficient creatures and can usually deal with any challenges that might arise. But on occasion, even the fairies need a little divine intervention and may ask for angelic help, an angelic helping hand. It makes perfect sense. If we humans can call on the angels, why wouldn't the fairies ask for angelic intervention too? This card may be telling you that an angelic boost would be beneficial for you or someone you know at this time. With this card, the fairies are willing you to call on a personal guardian angel to help you through any tricky situation you may be experiencing. The fairies will also sprinkle some fairy dust on you to give you some cheer and joy during challenging times, or even if you need a fairy boost. Please note that sometimes fairies are referred to as angels of nature or nature angels, but they're not celestial angels. The roles are very different from one another, though they sometimes meet somewhere in the middle. Remember that there are no rules, and the angels are happy to work with fairies and humans alike when it's for the highest good of all. And I was just thinking about with this card, actually, it's funny how they talked about you can ask for anything, even like when you're in traffic and assistance in traffic. And I was thinking about when, I ask for help, and we all have free will, and I believe that we have to ask for that help. I start to see signs and synchronicities, and then it raises my vibration because I get really excited because I start to see that direction flowing in. But I have to remember to ask for help. And sometimes that help comes with divine guidance to take care of myself, or go have a spa day, or spend some time with a friend, or go out for whatever it is in order to help myself with self-care. Asking for help and remembering that I'm not doing this on my own. Thank you. Now we'll pass back to Wendy.
All right. Okay, so I felt pulled to pull a card for Lindsay Fry, and I used the Starseed Oracle. And I believe you said, you're looking for some prayers and good vibes this evening. Well, I think you just got your wish with this card, because you got Portal. Okay. So doors are opening. It says you decide, rewards, wild card. Doors are opening for you. Your thoughts are extra powerful for you right now. Planets are aligning. The timing is right. The universe is saying, yes, you have the Midas touch. Your hard work is being rewarded. This is a time when you can reap the rewards for efforts made in the past. It's also a time when you can achieve a lot. Great leaps can be made. Extreme transformation can occur. Great distances can be traveled in a short space of time. You're swimming in the cosmic current of life. What experience would you like to have? What do you want to create? What new adventure would you like to manifest? Don't lose focus. Use this moment in time wisely. Be conscious and clear with your emotions and thinking. Projects that you've been working on are coming to fruition. Things are in full bloom. It's time to take your harvest and taste your well-earned fruits. When this card comes up in a spread, it's sure sign that effortless change is possible. If you've been looking for a sign, this is your portal into that new reality. Now is the time to make big changes. If you've been guided to switch things up, you're extremely well supported right now. So use this energy and jump right on in. So I think what I really like are the questions that it's asking. So, what's the experience you want to have? What do you want to create? Where do you want to go? What is it you want to do? What are your intentions? What are you manifesting, right? What's important? Because the energies that have been coming in, and I know we've been talking about this a lot, and Dawn, it's like we're riding this huge wave and we're coming up on this crest of it. And so really use this energy to your own benefit, because it can propel you forward in ways that you are not really prepared for, but that you want to be going in. So, really really take it in hand and trust that if you want it, now's the time that you can get it. I hope that resonates for you, Lindsay. All right, we'll move on with Suri.
Okay. I was drawn to pull for Karen tonight. And Karen, I am pulling from the Rumi Oracle. And if you know anything about Rumi, Rumi is known for his beautiful words. So you have some words of beauty, my friend, coming to you tonight. This is called the Blood Angel. It is a number 7, and you can see the angel here in the moon. And I'm going to read you the Rumi poem and then give you the interpretation. In the midst of the darkness, a moon appeared with its brilliance. Stepping down from the clouds, it glanced at me like a falcon that hunts a bird and steals it away. It captured me and flew back to infinite space. As I looked for myself, I could not find me, for my body had become all soul in the tenderness of love. Isn't that beautiful? And so, Karen, the interpretation is, it says the oracle, the blood angel, comes to you with a particular message. You were being given the gift of more life, or the gift of expansion. You may experience this as growth, expansion, more energy, more life force, or divine electricity circulating through your entire system. The blood angel understands that the gift of life, which enables a soul to live more in its essence, becomes a more palpable divine presence upon this earth. There are these in that there will be more sunsets to counter that increase in your sunrises. So this is around about expansion and opening up. And as part of this expansion of the blood angel and this beautiful energy coming to you, what Spirit's message also, when Rumi is saying, you have to release the old because we need to balance the old and the new. So as you are expanding, Karen, let that shit go. Whatever you need to release, just release it. And the blood angel is wanting to come in and bring this beautiful expansion of your soul and really wants to speak to you. And so ask your guides to help you release anything that you're done with, relationships, whatever they might be. But make the space, because Rumi is saying through the blood angel that you're ready for the next level of expansion, and you are ready. It is time, but let go so you can receive the new. So it's a beautiful message, and I love Rumi's words, and they resonate very much for me as well. So amen, sister. And I'll move on to Dawn.
Hello. So I am reading for Denise from the Spirit Dragon Tarot, and I felt called to pull from Earth Magic for you, because I always get that shamanic energy from you. And I have to laugh because this is such a Denise kind of a card. The card is fire. The card is passion. And the thing about fire is that we've always been fascinated by fire. We started with needing it to keep us warm and cooking with it and using it to survive. But we've turned it into something else. We've turned it into the energy of imagination and passion and stepping forward with power. And this is depicting a man doing an ancient ceremonial dance. And it's the things that you can bring into your everyday life. I'm a big proponent of dancing and enjoying yourself. And fire too can bring that inner knowing. Usually people, when they say that they can't, that they don't know how to meditate, I'm like, okay, have you ever been around a campfire and just stared at the campfire? That is a form of meditation. And we've been doing it for thousands and thousands of years. So it tells you that you can take those simple things around you and turn them into something extraordinary and something you can utilize to take your passions to another level. So that's what I would say for you, because this is so you. This is such a Denise card. So I hope that you enjoyed this message. I think that you'll know where to take this from this point on. So with this, we're going to be going to Jen next. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have pulled, let's see, for Peggy. So I felt like I had a message for you today, Peggy. So that's why I picked you. And I used the Love Who You Are Oracle for you. And we have Trust Your Wings. I love the purple in this card. Do you remember who you were before the world told you who you should be? Endeavor to remember, for that person has all the natural resources to be the mistress of her own power and the sovereign of her own life. You were taught to trust others in authority, facts, science, opinions of loved or admired ones. But often that leads to confusion or discomfort, for only you know what is best for you. Listen to good counsel, but dismiss whatever does not resonate with your soul. Now is the moment to trust the wings of your inner guidance. They will carry you far beyond all of the wild imaginings. And so, the message is to trust your own intuition. But I also got the number 13 keeps coming out as well. And like, it's connecting me with Friday the 13th. So I'm not sure if you have something like specific that's connected with that, in which like 13 is the death card in tarot. So that's about transformation. That dragonfly also represents transformation. So like I'm feeling like that 13 energy is like definitely for you, and I'm connecting it with next Friday as well, the Friday the 13th. But it's like whatever is happening at that time, you're meant to trust yourself. You know the answer. So like you might be getting messages, and like the messages that I'm feeling are like old voices. It's not like people are sitting here in your face today. It's the old voices that are still in there that are trying to tell you that what you feel to be true is not true. Trust yourself. So whatever it is next Friday, we'll talk about that. So, all right. Moving forward with Morgan.
Thank you, Jen. Okay, so I pulled a card for Ron, and I pulled from the Crystal Spirits Oracle by Colette Baron Reed, and it's so beautiful. It's got such a lovely green hue, and it's emerald, and the number is 22. So this says, giving and receiving love, opening your heart to friendships, embracing unity. Love, like light, is experienced in many different ways, some obvious and some so subtle that we can only sense it if we quiet our minds and pay very close attention. The message of Emerald Spirit is to open to love in an array of colors and to become a channel for its healing powers. You are always capable of tuning into the radio of love. So today, find the frequency so that you might experience and channel love. Aspire to love your neighbor as you love yourself, recognizing that love must begin within you as you connect to the conscious universe, the source of all love. Channeling love nourishes you as you experience how its healing power dissolves the darkness. You are a love beacon today. Can you feel it? And it also says here that emerald is a heart healing stone that carries the energy of universal love. Meditation with this stone opens the heart and soothes it, allowing release of blockages brought about by painful emotions. It teaches love and compassion and asks that we carry these qualities out into the world to be shared with others. So when I first looked at this card, I was thinking 2 + 2 is 4. And then I thought about stability. And for some reason, I felt whenever I think of the number 4, I think of the 4 of Wands or inside your home. So I don't know if this is calling you just to spend a little bit of time in your home with some type of meditation as well to clear heart chakra, the heart chakra area, and also to eat more greens and to focus on eating green fruits or green vegetables, this type of thing. The other thing I was picking up on this card too was the fact that the emerald is in the shape of a teardrop. So during this process of healing and working on meditations and healing the heart, sometimes tears come up, and that's okay. Those are healing for the heart. So I hope this helps. I hope this resonates. Thank you.
Okay. I picked a card for Venus from the Cosmic Journey Oracle. And I got the number 8 card. Coming soon. Welcome to the next ascending age. So I think that's pretty cool. Venus, you're doing the work. Honey, you're doing the work. It says it's time to awaken to your role in the next ascending age of evolutionary consciousness of humanity. The ancient prophecies predicted light eons followed by darkness. This era is part of an approximately 26,000 year cycle that's part of a cycle within greater galactic cycles. Our world is stepping out of a descending age and into an ascending silver age, where we'll uncover long hidden gifts and talents. Thank you for being here in this emerging now. Thank you for showing up at the right time. Thank you for who you are becoming. So I think this is just letting you know, honey, you are on the right path. You are doing the work. And I think it's really important for you to be shining your light for others and helping and being a part of this community and helping to raise the vibration all around you, much as most of us here are doing, being light workers and working with energy. So it's just a kind of a nod to you of like, hey, good job. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I love it. All right. Moving on to Siri.
Okay, I'm going to be pulling for Susie. Hi, Susie. And I was drawn to go right back to Rumi tonight. I don't know why. I'm feeling really needing to say some beautiful words. So the card, Susie, for you tonight is an 11 card. It's called Sacred Convergence. And 11, it's a master number, and it's all around really deepening your intuition and tapping into that. But it's a beautiful card. And I'm going to read you Rumi's quote, and then I'm going to tell you what it means. It says, roaming about town, the master was holding a light, saying, I am weary of the demons and all the beast. A human is what I'm longing for. The human cannot be found, as we have searched. What cannot be found is what I am longing for. Although poor and needy, I will not accept small pieces of ruby. The mine of the finest rubies is what I'm longing for. One hand holding a cup of wine, and the other the curls of the beloved. A dance like this in the middle of the circle is what I'm longing for. So this is a metaphor, Susie, of finding your soul tribe. It says sacred convergence indicates a coming together of souls in alignment with a greater cause. This greater cause is both personal and impersonal. There could be aspects of joining together for a common purpose, although the purpose may not be immediately known or obvious on your day-to-day consciousness. That common soul purpose may be to lift each other into greater love and self-love or self-care, to shed fear and open the heart, filling each individual soul with more holy fire for its personal, passionate purpose. And you'll have a sense of when this is going to happen. So you may, Susie, be on a journey right now of sacred convergence where you are starting to recognize your soul family and your soul community. And it's not our birth family. It's actually who we choose as souls. And so pay attention right now, because I think the universe is sending souls your way that you're supposed to be connecting with. And it could start with a community just like this. And you may resonate with the energy and the messages, but there are other individuals that you are supposed to be meeting who are on your path that are going to be with you in common purpose and communion. So it's a beautiful card, and it is a beautiful reminder and a message just to tap into your intuition and trust your instinct when you meet these souls, because it will be as you know them or recognize them. You may not know how or why, or you're drawn to someone's energy. Pay attention, because that is part of your soul family coming to you and coming into your field of energy to be acquainted or reacquainted with you. So it's a beautiful message, Susie. Hope that resonated, and I will move on to Dawn.
Hello, I am going to be reading for Shirley, and I went back to the Earth Magic Oracle deck. This spoke very loudly to me, and as I was shuffling, I had a card that actually flew out onto the floor. So when they do that, it's like, wow, there's a lot of energy here. So this card is childhood innocence. And there was a couple of things that struck me about this. There are challenges you have faced throughout life that have further shaped your personality and character. You've also likely encountered moments following a disappointment or loss when you turned sour or cynical, and no doubt have had times when layers of anger or fear blocked the flow of your vitality, your life force. Yet, in spite all of this, there is a core of innocence that you can reawaken by releasing any shame that is covered over the truth of who you are. Take any opportunity to heal this shame and let it go so you can revisit that state of purity. Doing so helps you see every moment with fresh eyes and removes the filters that inhibit your light and love from coming forth. For me, it made me pause and think about, okay, would I ever refer to myself as being innocent? You know, I look at my age, I look at the things I've done in my life, I've looked at the experiences that I've had, and I'm thinking, I can't be innocent anymore. I think that's wrong now. I think that the part that meant something to me was the fact that we released the shame of anything that we've had occur in our lives that didn't quite work out, what we felt we failed at. And go back to that inner core of who you truly are. And I think that is where we feel that innocence coming through and shining back through. Everybody has that kernel still inside them. And I think we need to keep in touch with that. So with that, I'll move on to Jen.
Okay, so I have pulled for, let's see, I can find her, Gypsy Vixen. Okay, and I've used the Love Who You Are Oracle for you as well. And we have Flock Together. And so this really combines with, I think, the card that Sari just had, just about you finding your new tribe, your new community. So flock together. When we gather, we have an opportunity to witness and be witnessed. Community strengthens our selfhood and confidence. Seek and celebrate your tribe. If you don't have one, honor the tribe within. There's a multitude of beings inside of you. The shiny, happy parts, the sad, confused, messy parts, the wild and unpredictable parts. Many of them are shunned and disparaged. All deserve a place at your table. When we gather in community or gather all the pieces of ourselves in sacred communion, we forge a bond of unity that helps sing the soul home. And so I just feel like that you are going to be removing yourself from certain friend groups because they've had just the wrong influence on you, and you're going to be drawing in more friends. And this is really connected to your feminine friends is what I'm connecting with this. And so okay, one, just being part of what we're doing here is helping you build your tribe here. And we've got a lot of things that we're going to be bringing in to help grow, you know, our community here too. But something that I was telling somebody just the other day is like, maybe because there isn't the space for you, that's your opportunity to create it, you know, so that other people can have it. Because if you're needing the community, there are other people out there who are needing the community too. And so like, don't just wait for somebody else to do it. Like, this is your opportunity. I know that I need to draw in these aligned, like-minded connections. And so like, you start that, just start something that kind of starts pulling these people in. And it's going back to like, even my, the collective message I did, like when you show up so authentically you, it draws in the people who are exactly like you. And so whatever that thing is, like if you want to put out like an astrology group, you're going to get your astrology people. If you want to put out tarot groups, you're going to get your tarot people. So even if you think that it's going to push people away, you're pushing the people away that you want to push away. You know, you want to draw in the people that actually want to be aligned with you. And if they don't want it, okay, that's clear, you know, so you're not trying to bring those in. All right. But so that's your message, is that you're going to be bringing in more friend groups. But I feel like that part of your message is that you're actually going to start creating it for yourself first. All right. So to Morgan.
Thanks, Jen. Okay, so I pulled a card for Angela Banks, and this is from the Energy Oracle cards. And this is card number 53, and it talks about the magician and the mirror. Okay, knowing and using your true power. This card upright represents the culmination of your personal and spiritual power at this time. In the magician's left hand, the flame of passion and action, and in his right is a vortex of water and the light of reflection. This highly beneficial card is telling you that you are the magician, and within your grasp are the amazing forces of earth and spirit. The water is the energy of yin, the power of spirit and clarity of thought. The flame is the energy of yang, bringing direction and creativity. Together, they give you the magnificent magic of transformation. The mirror stands behind the magician, reflecting the outer world's response to your choice to use or dismiss the true power that you have. Its silver reflection reveals the future in a mist on the horizon, ready to be magically formed. When you receive the magician upright, you're put on notice that an important and powerful time is at hand. You are the alchemist of your life, and just as an alchemist turns base metals into gold, you are now able to transform your difficulties into great blessings. This is true in every area of your life. Claim your power and embrace your intentions in your heart and in your daily life. Direct your destiny, and the mists of the future will clear into brilliant reality. So, Angela, I just got a lot here about, I'm not sure what you're going through, but you are really stepping into your power. And it talks about you're at a powerful time. A powerful time is at hand. So I don't know if it's like a difficult time you're going through right now, but I feel like this difficult time, this too shall pass. And also the fact that sometimes these difficult times are where we start to see this power and being able to get through these tough times. And we start to understand how to alchemize and see miracles working through us. The other thing that Spirit asked me to show you, which is, I was not sure if I was going to do this, but I'm like, okay. So I bought this little mirror, and it hangs like a little pendant on a chain. So when I was going through some difficult times, maybe at work, I was thinking at work, because it's 5 and 3, which breaks down to an 8. And I was thinking about abundance and the finances. So I don't know if this is work but I would wear this little mirror. So anytime I felt any friction or any bad energy that was sent in my direction, or I was struggling with some people around me, I had this little mirror on. So then it would just get reflected. Whatever they were sending at me, it would just get reflected back to them. So just a suggestion, and I hope this resonates.
Okay, I pulled a card for Shirley Mills from Moonology. Okay, and you got the full moon in Gemini, which is the answers you need are coming. Okay. It says this card is a reminder that it's important to speak your truth, but remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. So right now you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing could well be one of, or a few conversations away from being resolved. So if you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting might be called for. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message, least said, soonest mended. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. Your word is your wand. So you create magic and your own reality every time you express yourself. I'd say, so be careful what you're saying, but do stand in your truth, and just be authentic. And but do maybe take a second to think about what you're going to say before you say it, and think about how the other person will most likely perceive it, especially if it's a delicate situation. But I wouldn't hide what is actually at the heart of it. I wouldn't cover up what you feel you need to say. I would say, if you feel that there's something that needs to be said, you need to say it, but say it with conviction and with a little bit of love and caring. So hope that resonates for you, Shirley. And Sari, I think you're going to wrap this up.
Okay, we have time for one more reading, and I pulled this evening for Anthony. So Anthony, I used the Storyteller's deck. This was actually given to me, gifted by Dawn, and it is a tarot deck that has folklore, fairy tales, and stories. And I'm not making this up. I pulled this card, flew out. It's called The Lovers. Okay, it's a major arcana. And I'm going to read you, and this is really a beautiful Hawaiian folktale. And it says, in ancient Hawaiian tradition, one story tells of a beautiful princess named Napaka, who was madly in love with a handsome fisherman, Kauai. Since a custom of the time strictly forbade royals from marrying commoners, one of the elders advised the couple to journey to ask the high priest for guidance. When they arrived, the priest explained that he was unable to give them permission to marry, and it was up to the Hawaiian gods. The sky turned dark and a raging storm brewed, signifying the disapproval of their relationship. Napaka took the flower from her hair, tore it in half, and gave one piece to Kauai, and instructed him to return to his village by the seashore. She returned alone and lived her life in the mountains without him. This is the reason the Napaka flowers bloom in halves, with the blooming in the mountains and then blooming near the seashore. And it's said when the flowers join together after being picked from their separate locations, the lovers are reunited once more. So the Lover's card is a traditional card, Anthony, around choices of love and harmony. And it symbolizes a very powerful and meaningful bond between two people, sometimes romantic, sometimes not, but it's always by choice. Compassion, love, and respect rule this relationship, and the person you are with may very well be your soulmate. The Lovers is all about choice. Choose to be the best version of yourself and act based on love, and you will always know what the right path is for you. So, specific message that just flew out tonight. It's a beautiful Hawaiian folklore and legend. And again, this is around choice, but whatever relationship you are in, compassion, love, and respect rule it. And this person may very well be your soulmate. So that's the message. And again, we will close out this evening. A great heartfelt thanks to Morgan. Yay, Morgan. And we will be rotating other readers, some of who you've already met over the coming weeks. And again, if you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and share. If you are a returning champ, please invite others to become part of this beautiful community. We are building just a wonderful group of souls who really want to change the vibration of this planet. That's why we're all here. And wherever you are in the world, we just send you lots of love and grace. And the messages tonight were beautiful. Join us next Tuesday for the full moon ritual at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, we'll be doing daily videos Monday through Friday. And we send you off this evening with many blessings and gratitude for being with us. And that's a wrap for tonight. Thank you so much.